Give me a couple minutes. Phil Grenadier. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. Hey, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday, March 27th, 2021. What's going on? I'm wishing all my friends a beautiful holiday, beautiful start to a holiday. And I'm hoping that everything that you were working on, especially this past year, just break free and break out and keep on growing in a beautiful, oh, anyway, I'm not going to read what I just saw, but my friend lost her cat. To bright light, to new beginnings. And it is Saturday tonight, one more Saturday night with Gary Lambert. Tomorrow morning, I will be at a church with my friend David Lom singing 2 songs, and I'm excited about that. Tomorrow night, Phil Grenadier is going to be here on Musician Square's table. I'm really excited just to hang out with him, so I'm glad we get to do it on the show. And then Monday morning, I will meander, and Monday night, I will do a meditation with you, a song meditation about moving on to the next level and letting go that stuff. And Tuesday morning, smoothie. Tuesday night, Dr. Andrew Rader. Wednesday morning, Patty and Jenna will be baking. I think we're baking lemon bars this week. Wednesday night, Stephanie Morocco. There's another Morocco. So we can go do 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 do. Steph Morocco. She probably doesn't go by Steph though, but Stephanie. And then Thursday morning, we chill. And Thursday night is Conversations with the Creatives. I'll tell you about that later. Friday morning, Armando Ortega. We talk cake, pie, and cookies now. He's bringing cookies into the mix. And Friday night, display and share. Last night's display and share was super awesome. Rico was so, I loved everything that he presented, and Paul is just funny and cool and talented, and he had that cool thing from Alaska. And then it's Saturday mornings. And Saturday mornings, since last year, early on, we need to find out. That's, we could be on to an anniversary like this week. Could be. Maybe next week. Has been every single Saturday since that time last year. And there's my alarm, ladies and gentlemen, my friend and many of yours. One more Saturday morning with Jeff Metzger.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey.
Early morning. What's up?
One more Saturday morning.
There you go. Nice shirt.
I won't need it this afternoon. We're getting some warm weather.
Are you? Yeah, it's nice.
It's going to be sunning today.
What are you going to do today?
I don't know. I'm going to do a little sunning, do a little swimming.
Swimming. Do you have a pool?
No. A little exercise at our local JCC. Got to prep for Passover. That's tonight. So that's going to take some time to get some of the things together.
What are you? Do you have everything?
No, because we're not. we're not hosting this year so we're doing a Zoom thing tonight, actually tomorrow night. So it won't be as an extravagant an affair. But we'll make the different things you have to put on the table for our Seder plate, and do the prayers, but it'll just be us tonight. Oh, we'll listen into the good friend of ours, who's a multi-talented entertainer, singer, songwriter, cantor. Jason Fetty. You can look him up on Facebook. Jason is a Brit we've known for years, big presence in Laguna area. He plays a lot of gigs around town, but he also has some other things. He's got two bands that are fantastic. One is a Beatles cover band.
Ooh, cool.
But nobody, and he does the Beatles he touts it as being a no costumes. But Jason can do the Beatles. He can cover them as good as anybody. And the other one that he came up with 3 years ago was his Joe Cocker tribute band.
Oh yeah, you've talked about him, and I saw some of his YouTube video of him.
Yeah,
I think I kind of went down a rabbit hole with him. Yeah, I knew the name. I'm like, why do I know this name? Have I met him?
So we actually went out he did an outdoor gig last Saturday. So we went and sat and watched him. In any event, he is doing a Zoom. He is leading a Zoom Seder tonight. So we will join him and them for that.
Like a public one where he's.
Yeah, anybody can register if you just go on and you can. Yeah. Then I'll probably do it next Thursday. The Terrapin Nation, all the Jews in your former neck of the woods, which is usually done at Terrapin, in normal times, which is, I went 2 years ago. It's really a great time and meaningful. This will be the second year in a row, but they're doing on Thursday. They're doing, people you probably know are doing it. Some of the ringleaders.
Michael, some of the people involved.
The ones that Dan Leibowitz, you know him?
Dan, very well.
So
Dan's wife's name is Jenna.
Hmm.
Yeah, Dan and I go way back.
So that crew, so they do a thing. So and then tomorrow night we have our subgroup of our synagogue, which is called a Havurah, is doing a Zoom one too. So that'll be short and sweet, but we're going to join that. So, we're doing our thing, but not the normal doing it in person. So next year, of course the dates change every year. So our Africa trip, which was supposed to be last April, which then got pushed to this April, which is now pushed again until next year, thankfully.
And you were able to do that all through your.
Yeah, well, the safaris are rebooked for next year. At least we're reserved for that. But the question to me, so next year Passover hits right in the middle of April, which is right in the time in which we had scheduled the trip for each of the 2 years. So he naturally said, we'll just pick those dates. So we looked at the calendar. Next year it starts on the 15th. So we've adjusted. We're going to go before. Figure,
And is it anniversary for you or birthday?
That's the end of April.
But it is April. Okay, so it's during the Fast Fest time.
Yeah. So we want to, and so I figured, okay, this trip, if we had to miss Passover for a year, wouldn't like it. But this trip is taking on a life of its own. But in any event, it would be nice to be here because next year probably will be the first year. I'm assuming everybody's going to be back to normal then. So as it turns out, we moved the trip up, and we're going to leave in the end of March and be back 2 days before Passover. So,
how long will you be gone?
For all of you that are keeping my schedule for me and my calendar.
Like, what day do you leave? Just so we know. Well, that's true because people call me, and Rob's here, Julie's here. Well, the regs are all here. People call me sometimes that are here often. They'll either call me or text me and say, "Hey, Mark, yes, lemon bars. I'm not going to be there today because I'm concerned. 11 of you are here. Hi, 11 of you. I get concerned if I don't see Julie, if I don't see William, if I don't see Patty. I get concerned because we check in. So now we know where you will be. What day do you leave for Africa?
I don't know. I'll have to count back. I haven't booked the flight, of course, but let's see. It has to be. We have to be back. We're back on the. I think we're back on the 14th. Back on the 14th because Passover starts the night of the 15th. So whatever 17 days is or 18 days before that, that's when we're leaving.
And where?
Well, the safaris are in Botswana, and
Hi, Gary.
we do an end part to Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe, but we want to start first. We're going to go to Cape Town, as long as we're going all that way.
Yeah.
So that the trip is still planned the way it was planned originally. Week in Cape Town, 6 days on the safari, and 2 days in Victoria Falls with a travel day on each end. So, or at least one travel day. I think we leave on it one day and it's 2 days later by the time you get there. South
I
Africa.
was going to say it's a long
So
flight.
it's a long friggin' way, yes.
It's a long way for sure. So speaking of long way, the fish that you prepared last night came a long way to get to your plate. Tell us about that meal last night. Goodness gracious, I had to read it twice. I was like, what? Did he really? What? Okay.
We got our fish order from New Zealand Dan, and this week, I don't know why, because I mean mahi is, I like it. It's not necessarily my favorite fish, but he said it's from Tahiti. I figured, that just sounds exotic. Okay, I don't know if mahi is any different from Tahiti or anywhere else.
I want to eat mahi. I don't even like mahi. I want to eat mahi when I go to Bora Bora.
Mm-hmm.
Just when I'm doing 11/11.
Right. So yeah, I made that, and made risotto, and made Caesar salad, and sliced up some sashimi, and there you have it.
And some polenta croutons.
Right. It took me a while. We didn't eat till late because to get everything to come out at the same time required the things that didn't need to be cooked to be completely finished.
Uh-huh.
So that was, and we were watching the news and listening to music, whatever it was.
Yeah,
so it took for whatever long it took. I was on no schedule. So
it's a good way to eat. Rob Morocco just said there used to be a direct flight from Atlanta to Johannesburg, just under 18 hours.
Yeah, it was. I think the trip, the flights that we had scheduled last year was to LA to London and London to Cape Town, and then on the way back it was Victoria Falls to Johannesburg, Johannesburg to London, London to LA.
And did you stay in London for a day or two?
No, that's just just change plans. That would now whether that's how we'll do it next year. I'll look.
Yeah, everything's changing so much. Even just flights from New York to San Francisco, New York, Chicago, or Chicago, San Francisco. There's like on Alaska, there's one-way flight a day. There used to be 5, 4. Now there's 1.
Oh, they'll start to increase it.
And they're releasing their middle seat in April.
You're not thrilled about that, are you?
No, not really. I'm never thrilled when there's someone in the middle seat. That's kind of nice because Alaska also did some other kind of, they're making it sound like they did a really great thing. See, I was a Virgin person. I flew Virgin from the day they started because Richard Branson is the bomb shit. And I want Richard Branson on the show actually. But I was one of the first people on JetBlue. I sat next to the president of JetBlue and he asked me questions. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And at the end of the flight, he presented me with 5 one-way coupons that were blue. I was wearing blue. When I was on Virgin, I wore all red, or I'd wear my red boots and I'd sing the song. And I drank every ounce of that Kool-Aid. And it was such a delight to fly on Virgin. I used to fly down to Mexico for like $119 one way. it was fantastic. Then they got bought by the Blue, by Alaska. And now Alaska is, they do you fly them ever?
Yeah, wait a minute. So, I don't think I've kept up on that. So Alaska Virgin's no more?
No, not Virgin Atlantic is, but Virgin America has been gone for about 3 years.
Has it been that long since we flew on it? So all those, with all those mood lights and all those things, and that's all gone? They don't even have their.
They have a little bit of the mood lighting on some of the planes that haven't been converted over to blue, but no, there's no very little purple and red going on anymore. In fact, I'm sure by now it's gone. But JetBlue and Virgin were my definite faves. Yeah, they were fun. Well, JetBlue, they were so much fun, and they were the same flight attendants, Gary, as you may have figured out or noticed. You could fly from Oakland to BWR, New Jersey, or to LaGuardia, Newark, for it was crazy, $99, sometimes out of JFK, but they were the same flight attendants. So after the third time, they're like, hey, how's your brother? Hey, what's going on with your mom? Hey, come sit here. I'll hook you up with some blue cookies and stuff like that. Lillian has gotten her own seat. Lillian has sat in first class in her own seat, and she's also sat in the cockpit with the captain of the plane.
Twice. Did she fly the plane?
Probably. I have a couple photos of her sitting in the cockpit with the captain, just like, whatevs. I think it's right here in her book. Hold on, let me see. But now, well, that's her in the front of the console at recording studio.
Oh. Lillian Pearl.
Blue Coast Recording Studio. I guess there isn't a photograph of it. But yeah, she's sat in first class twice. 3 times. No, 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. One time it was, yeah. Anyway, now now Alaska charges you to sit in certain seats, because they don't have a business class. They had main cabin select behind. Now you have to pay to sit in the bulkhead. $70.
Oh, it's all the little stuff. That's right. That's been going on for a while. All of a sudden
they go, oh yeah, and for
everything costs now. It's not.
Yeah. For your so I was sitting there when I'm buying my tickets the last time, and their first class at one point before, had I bought my tickets about 3 weeks beforehand, they were $179 first class. Can't go wrong, right?
No.
But then they went up to $240, which still first class. And then it was, I think, $270. But then they were charging you, if you got just a regular main cabin select fare, and then you bought that $69 thing, you're spending over $200. So I'm like, what's another $60? Fly first class. So Gracie and I are flying first class. Because that's the other thing. I had.
Oh, you are to the Bay Area. No.
Yeah, I had some money in my bank, and then this woman was so cool. She's like, let's see if you have any more. I had $360 just floating in the air that was going to expire in 3 days from the time that I got it. So I put that towards, and I got us first class tickets. But now, yeah, they're going to charge for everything. Oh, you want to move your right arm? That'll be $17.
Right. It is. That's the way it's going to be. Except on Southwest. Southwest, the price is the price.
Yeah.
So that's all I booked. That's all I booked so far is a Southwest flight. So.
Because you guys are leaving. When do you go?
We go there. We leave on the 20.
Oh, right.
26th, Monday to Monday, 26th of April. Yeah.
Yeah.
This week I also, it was so exciting. I also bought concert tickets on Ticketmaster. It was the weirdest thing. It used to be a weekly occurrence, if not more often. And now it's the first time in a year, it's oh my God.
Bought a ticket that's
you
not
pick the seats and you actually go through the thing and it tells you, and you buy them.
Congratulations. Where are you going? What are you seeing? When is this?
Well, the Orange County Fair announced this week that it's opening it's going to be open this summer. I guess they had been putting up several of the shows from last year. They had rescheduled, I guess, to be determined if they're going forward, and a number of them are going forward. There's two stages. There's one big amphitheater that holds several thousand, and there's another smaller one, which I don't know if it's indoors or outdoors. In any event, so I got 2 seats at the smaller one to see Los Lobos in
Fun. Oh,
August.
fun.
So,
Love those guys.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, excuse me for one moment. Let me just do a little movement here. Thank you, Jeff Metzger. I really
My
appreciate it.
pleasure.
I really
Support 11/11 with Jenna.
I love
So
that.
I tell you,
What's that?
I have to tell you, I was a little annoyed a couple of days ago
What happened?
because I couldn't get your song out of my head, and I was thinking, it might be time. Is it time to get that jingle? Because I mean, literally.
You mean that one?
Yeah, that one. That would be the one. That one.
Don't. I didn't write it. I'm just the messenger.
Can there be like a weekend, like
We need
a weekend
song.
Yeah, like a weekend, a song like they have the host has. I'm not suggesting you be replaced as the weekend hostess, but the song, maybe we have like 2 songs. It's like a.
How about you? The host with the most.
Oh, Lisa can write jingles. She could do that probably in the time we're talking. We'd probably have to do one.
We could do a jingle right now. We could figure out a new one for next weekend. And also, I need a different intro because I have a Corona Roki guest intro. Now I use that for my regular intro, but I think another intro would be a good idea. But that's a musical thing.
Right.
Okay. I'm open to words to do a different jingle for the weekend. One more Saturday morning, something like that, but different. So,
that's that melody. Is that something original? It seems like I've heard that one before.
Somewhere I'm back in the depths of my brain. I remember dancing to it like 200 or 300 times. Good morning, William D. Lindemann. So, what's on the menu for this morning? Are you a smoothie guy? You're a green juice guy. Smoothie guy.
Yeah, I'll get some green juice and yeah. I don't know. I haven't figured out that far ahead yet.
And Layla,
I just have to get through the 11/11, right? I mean, that's my brain I can only wrap my brain around. How do I get through this show?
Gary just said Bob Weir wrote our jingle already. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Do.
He certainly did. That he did.
So much.
There's a new interview with him I started reading yesterday.
A new what?
New interview with him on about what he's got going on. I think it was in Relics magazine somewhere. I think it was Relics.
I must check out.
Started reading it. Yeah.
I'm going to be a part of a recording session today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carl Hess from Fusion and Gary Callender, who's the sound man extraordinaire around these parts and many others, but I just know him from here. We are recording, we're doing a cover, a really groovy cover.
Oh.
Well, we will be going live sometime in the 2 to 3, probably more like 3 o'clock hour.
Today?
Maybe 2. I don't know. We'll do a little rehearsal thing and then
Eastern time. You're talking.
I do Eastern because it satisfies both sides.
So you're not going to, it's gonna be a surprise what the cover is?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Well, so you don't have to disclose it now. Let me just ask a question though, for a little hint. Is it something that we heard them do the other day?
No,
Oh, okay.
but you could guess maybe who the author of the song is. Maybe.
You?
Not your Fuska. No, I didn't write it. Neither did the person that you're standing near or the band that we were talking about.
They didn't write it?
Did not.
Or their songwriters didn't write it?
No. Nobody that we have discussed today, nor anyone that you're sitting in the same
Well, who
leather
else?
jacket with a white shirt on.
Who
person.
else is there?
Oh, Bob or Gary just posted the article.
Oh, about Bob's.
Mhm. The new interview.
By the way, for Gary too, I wanted to let him know that
I love it.
since he said the other night he's going to be doing reconnaissance work on restaurant work in Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're in the Upper West Side, which is where Red Farm is, my son went to, I think, let's see, a new Spanish place that they raved about there called, how am I going to find it? With a T. It's called, no, it's not in that one. Let's see, where would that one be? I'm going to find this because, well, I'll post it. Tosca or Tosta or something would be that they raved about. A new, and so we were talking. This is the new world.
I love that a new restaurant has opened up.
Well, that's the point. I think, it was a side of an old restaurant that went out, now that's what's, it's like the new growth, it's like
the beginning of the roaring 20s.
Yeah, after the catastrophe, new life sprouts. And so why can't I find this? Just give me one. What in the world?
Yeah, I'm excited to talk with Mr. Lambert this evening. One more Saturday night.
Anyway, I will let you know that one, but he said it was right.
Layla, it sounds like she's awake, but she's a little camera shy today.
Layla was already up. Layla got up early. Layla was running around. Now Layla doesn't disturb us. Layla is back doing Snuggie time, apparently. So before the next round of excitement. Yes, so Layla will not be joining us today.
Lillian we went out on a walk last night. The moon was beautiful. We went out. Grace is watching on Netflix the JFK or the Kennedy years or something. About the whole Kennedy family. It's quite interesting.
Go ahead.
Lillian was hungry at midnight. Then we went for a walk. I guess it was after midnight because we were on till last night's display and share. Bravo, Ricky. Bravo. What's that other guy's name? Paul. Super fun. And then about 1 o'clock, she got the Zooms and we were zooming around the house up and down. She was running around. She's like getting this treat, throwing it over here and getting this toy and going over here. And it was pretty wild. We had a party for like an hour.
Wait, before I forget too.
What?
One more thing for Gary too. We were talking. So last night.
Do you want me to get Gary on the line?
Sure. Of course.
Well, Gary, do you want to jump on, Gary?
If not, I'll just talk and he can respond tonight.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So based upon his ravings, which he's done more than once here about Billy Strings, we started watching Billy.
Isn't he great?
That guy is good, and the band with the mandolin and the banjo player.
Yeah, they're really great. Yeah, I was watching this last night. I watched one show a couple nights ago. He's unpresentable at this point. Gary Lambert is unpresentable. Exclamation mark.
It's a good thing. I almost, if you would have said that, I would have spit up my coffee if it would have been 1 second earlier.
In California.
Unpresentable.
welcome to hanging out with us on 11:11 with Jenna. Dana is friends with Pat Moriarty. Were you on the other night when Pat was on?
Yes. Yes.
I'm excited to see. He had this, the first night he was on for Display and Share, he showed us a video that he didn't think he was supposed to show us, wasn't sure if he could show it, probably shouldn't show it, but he did. And then I'm excited for when he can actually really show it. Howdy.
I didn't know, and I also didn't know how prophetic I was the other night too. When I told you we didn't even, it was bad karma to turn off while the Warriors were still playing. I didn't realize how right I was. They've been in a full collapse mode ever since that happened. Ever since you went to bed, they haven't played.
No, here's what happened. I didn't go to bed. I started watching the show. I started watching the game.
Oh, the game.
And Grace, we were watching it, and she goes, I don't know if they can come back from this. And then I thought, maybe I should turn it off. So I turned it off.
And it got worse on whatever night the next game was. It was, what night was that? I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, I'm sorry I started watching.
It was Thursday.
I didn't mean
so
to.
Anyway, you didn't realize you control the universe in quite that.
Well, we were doing pretty well. You were like, don't hang up. But see, you had to understand, I'd been there since 11:11 that morning. And my body was like, I can't sit in this chair anymore and have these lights blinding me. Because the next day I'm always like, my eyes are kind of not so great. But so I'm sorry I had to cut the party short, everybody. But I appreciate you were all there and supporting and having fun. And we'll do that party. We need to do the party more often, I think, or whenever, in real life, in real time, in the same place. We all buy a ticket and go somewhere. But that'll happen in time. I'm excited you guys are going to Mexico.
Yes, we are too. That will be fun to do something. We have a little weekend.
Oh no. A coyote tried to get my dog at 1 a.m. in my backyard. Rob. Oh, Rob. That's terrible. Poor Zoe. How scary. You have to come on and tell us what happened at some point. It's terrible. They could. Oh, Zoe can't be out there alone. Or turn the coyote onto the spa. Zoe's this big, little tiny thing. Lillian, we were chased by a coyote one night in my hometown.
Tell Rob that our squirrel saga has reached its conclusion and climax.
Uh-oh. Well, I know the one you found wasn't alive, right?
The mom, then one of the babies died. The other baby that seemed to be doing okay, but was getting weak, was pretty weak. So allowed Lisa to pick him up. So we brought him into a crate in the garage, and it was quite weak. Then somebody suggested her she found a wildlife center that took the squirrel, so drove it over there. We haven't heard since then. There's a case number, which we can call and find out how the squirrel is managing. But so the squirrel is at least getting the best care. But Layla doesn't have. Well, actually, there's another one in the neighborhood. So I think is now approaching our yard. So Layla still has some, as they say, dog TV to keep her entertained. But the baby.
I'm glad you were able to get to the one.
At least one of them. We saved one of them. Yeah.
Jeff Metzger, check it out. Saving squirrels one at a time. I'm glad.
The squirrel whisperer. That's not me.
Well, your wife is definitely the hummingbird whisperer, or a hummingbird whisperer.
She told me that the other day she was out there feeding him, and she got a couple of land on her hand.
Lisa said she called yesterday, but couldn't get anyone because they're busy.
Oh,
they're busy with all these baby squirrels.
Right. Well, there was a duck. She said when she walked in, they were taking care of the duck. So they're pretty busy. So you can't. But it's not like you can have a half-hour conversation where they tell you what's going to happen to the squirrel. Drop them off and boom.
Can we jump on Zoom with our little squirrel friend?
Yeah.
Well, Rob, the squirrel whisperer of Canada says, "Good job, Jeff." Oh my, good job, Jeff.
He's a real squirrel whisperer. He is definitely.
He is. Oh my goodness, the way he has all those little condominiums, and I'll text them. I'm like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just buying squirrel food." I'm like, "Didn't you just buy squirrel food the other day?" But I think they buy a lot of squirrel food.
We don't have enough room. We would not want to be overrun with squirrels like that. That would become a problem in our little neighborhood here.
So now, if you have a new squirrel, are you putting out a little?
No, oh no. We're not going to encourage. That squirrel will apparently will find his or her way around. There's stuff here, so, and if it's an adult and strong, they know how to survive.
That'll be fine. No problem. It's all about Layla anyway.
It's all about. Well, that's what Layla says. The world, according to little lady Layla, is all about her.
Yeah, wait 10 years. That's all I have to say.
She's she pretty much rules the roost around here.
She's a smart girl.
Well, yeah. What was that? Well, yeah, she was chasing food today anyway. So I don't know what they got in store today.
Did you finish Transparent?
We did. Did you watch it all the way through?
I did, but again, it's one of those things I watched on my iPad, so I probably will watch it on a regular TV and see a whole other thing.
So the last season is just one 2-hour episode. Yeah. Did you see that one? Put the music.
I did.
Did you like it?
I thought it was odd.
That's an understatement. I think it was a miss.
I remember it's been a minute. I remember being not unimpressed, but good morning, David Love. How are you, sir? David Love is in the house.
David Love, go Hawks.
Go Hawks. Go Hawks. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to say or not. When are the Warriors playing again?
Let's see. I think, is it tonight they play? Well, it was, Steph, the injury to his tailbone is now taking much. Oh, that's what they played last night. They lost again. That's right. They've lost now Thursday and Friday. So
I knew they lost.
They have been awful since
they moved to San Francisco.
No. Well, that too. That's got
did some things.
I don't know when they played. That's right. They got clobbered again last night, and then they don't play today. And I don't know when Steph comes back, but they obviously need him. So, shit happens.
Yeah.
What do you got going this weekend?
I'm in the recording studio today, and tonight I'm working on Watch It Lady. Excuse me, Dana, California. What are you saying, Watch It Lady? I've been going to Warriors games since I was 16 years old. We are rolling hard today. 53 guests, 6 tours. Wow, lots of people driving buses. Go Hawks, David Love. Keep it rolling, brother. That's cool. Dave Love, I have to do it.
I should keep up here what's going on here.
Say hey to Ruth. And then Rob just said, you could be worse, Jeff. You could be a Raptors fan.
Yeah, they're kind of they kind of blowing up the program here. There's some rebuilding going there.
There's always.
But they had their day in the sun beating the Warriors 2 years ago. So.
Tonight I'm working on, you guys, just so you know, I'm working on the graphics with Carol and Rob as far as t-shirt and hat kind of things go. And then something else my mom and I are doing tonight, but tomorrow morning I'm singing with David Lom, Dorothy Field's son, David Lom, pianist extraordinaire. He is yesterday we were working together and I said, I'm not sure if I like that key. He's like, how about a half step down? How about his hands just go right away instead of let me transpose it and how about just right here? You mean here? So we're doing 2 songs tomorrow. You'll Never Walk Alone and if it's magic tomorrow morning. And then we rehearse tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night is my friend Phil Grenadier. Oh, this just in from Lisa. Just called, got the executive director. They're slammed, so couldn't give me a report on our specific squirrel, but they haven't lost any this week. So ours is doing okay. They have over 100 baby squirrels.
Wow.
So your squirrel is still in the running.
Amazing what I learned from the other side of the house.
I'll just keep you posted. If you want to stay here, I can just.
Right. We're from 30 feet difference. We're communicating through Michigan.
What about what's on Facebook, Dana? Do you know Dana California?
What?
Is Dana California one of your friends?
No, that doesn't.
Okay, he's friends with Pat, but he's also connected with people.
Oh.
Lisa Metzger, that is good. Wow, I will need to send a lot of peanuts to them. Rob Morocco is going to send peanuts your way towards the. What is the place called anyway?
It's called what is it? The wetlands and wild. It's on, I think, the beach right on the edge of the wetlands there. Wetlands Wildlife Center. I think that's what it's called. If you Google that, yeah, that's where it is. So it's right across it's right across from the beach. The beach.
What if we name the squirrel?
Well, we didn't name the squirrel.
You did?
We didn't. We took the squirrel. I think we wanted to sever ties with the squirrel so that it would not become an emotional.
I don't think you're severing
ties. Emotional.
I was just talking to the executive director.
We had enough emotional trauma with the finding the dead squirrel. So I think we're just going to feel that the squirrel's going to do fine in his or her new life.
She's part of the clan now, the 100 and counting clan over at the Wetlands Preserve.
At the Wetlands
Preserve.
Preserve.
And Wildlife Care Center of Orange County. And
there you go.
Name is Sam.
Is that what she named it?
She named it. You know, Sam.
Well,
their name is Sam.
Well, she's the real pet whisperer. You know, she has a voice for each one of our pets. So all of our pets talk.
Jeff,
okay.
Lisa just said you can let Jeff know that I named it.
Sam, I am.
Did Sam have a voice?
I don't know. I've not heard the squirrel talk, but Layla has lots on her mind and so she had the voice for Layla is close to what the voice was for our deceased cat, which is different than the voice for West, who's a 50-pound dog who happens to have, of course, a much deeper voice than little Layla. But Layla has, you know, she channels all of Layla's thoughts, which are many.
I understand.
So it's when we get bored, she just goes into that voice, and that becomes conversation at dinner. Is talking through Layla.
You call yours Flag? Your squirrel you call? Oh yeah, because you know Dave's squirrel stole a flag when they were cleaning out around, and they found where the little squirrel was living in this nest. They had taken their flag. Lisa and Layla are reading poetry.
Yes, that's it. They do that in the morning too.
And yeah, she just wanted to make sure to let you know that the squirrel is named Sam because it could be a boy or a girl. And yes, have you watched the episode on Seinfeld about the squirrel?
I'm sure I have. It doesn't ring it. It's funny you say that because somebody sent me some outtakes of, or not outtakes, some clips of Seinfeld this week, and I was just howling. You know, you watch but I don't remember the squirrel one.
Oh, send that to me. You know what I was watching last night?
Oh, I will. I will send.
Huh? Send it. The Dark Side of the Flintstones.
In fact, I could probably post it.
Did you know that there was a dark side of the Flintstones? And
I'm not surprised.
Flintstones was the first primetime cartoon. It wasn't meant for children. What's
so
number?
this was, I'm copying this, and I'm gonna post it. Bloom's taxonomy according to Seinfeld. It's a YouTube thing. Let me see. I can.
Hey Lisa, maybe sometime you and Layla could come on and we could hear you listening to poetry.
Yeah, I just posted the
Okay, cool.
the Seinfeld thing.
There you go, Rob, Morocco. So they read poetry in the morning?
Some days, yeah, she reads poetry to Layla. And Layla is a Robert Frost fan, I would say. A little, and whatever else they read after I go to work. So.
Oh, good. Layla and Lisa's, sure. That'd be a nice little
The
addition.
Flintstones had cigarette ads. That doesn't surprise me either.
Well, I remember that sort of.
Didn't most in those days? Most of them had. I mean, everybody was.
A cartoon that we watched when we were 5. She likes Dickinson poems about nature.
That's right, Emily Dickinson. Okay.
And she loves. Peace out. Have a great day, Dave Love. See you, David Love, not Dave Love. This is another. I see what's going on. David Love was here today, not Dave Love.
Oh,
there's a difference.
Is there? And which is what?
Whole other persona. David Love is very, business oriented. I don't know. It's just another one of his yabba dabba do. Exactly. So I just read this whole thing and body shaming and all kinds, because Fred was kind of big and the dark side of Flintstones.
Well, Gary probably remembers this one. So which one of the Yankee heroes would do cigarette ads in those days? A lot of them did, but I can't picture the face, but I can remember the circumstance of who would.
Oh, he's just posting the Flintstones Winston cigarettes commercial.
There you go.
Great. Thanks, Gary. Yeah. Wilma's just sitting there getting a cigarette, just firing it up with Fred. Yep. And Betty's, yeah. Oh gosh. See, they're just sitting there talking to each other. Barney and Fred, and the girls are working.
Wilma and Betty.
Hot. I love their feet.
Bam Bam.
Pebble.
Dino or Dino? Dino.
By Dana, California, every day, 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m., 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week, right here in this kitchen and everywhere else. Soon to be in a lot of different places.
Right. It'll be the travel edition. 2021, 11:11 with Jenna, 2021, the travel edition.
Do you know this? Bruce Springsteen meet the Flintstones?
Oh gosh, that does.
Live at Bedrock.
It does seem like I have seen that.
It's there now. Thank you, Gary Lambert. I love how 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. merge on Saturday mornings. And now,
so let me amend one of my answers from earlier, which is what I was planning on doing today. I guess I need to now amend that to say that I'm going to spend part of my morning watching Gary Lambert's posted as YouTube videos, probably before I go out into the world. Although it's a sunny day there, I can probably watch them in the sunshine.
Does Layla love to, Lillian can be in the sun. She loves to just lay on hot cement in the sun.
Yes. In my darkened office.
She'll be like, I'm like, dude, get up.
I was in my darkened office yesterday and Lisa's texted me a photo of Layla laying out on the couch in the yard in the sun.
Does she do the Marilyn Monroe pose? That's what I call it, with their legs up in the air.
Well, I think at the time the picture was taken, she had just thought she had seen the squirrel, so her head had popped up. So.
Oh, I think, did she post that on the Rescue Goddess?
She might have done that. Yes, everybody follow the Rescue Goddess.
Rescue Goddess. Yep, there she is. Oh, right now, Rescue Goddess is, that was 22 hours ago. I love when my mom decides to read in bed in the morning. Yeah. Lillian's like, she's what, 20 pounds?
Yeah, she's 20, 21 pounds. Yeah, right in that.
So Lillian is 11. She really is. And so I can kind of, yeah,
Well, wait a minute. So if she gets to be 11, 12 or 11, 13, you just starve her until she gets back to 11,
I'm
11?
going to change the show.
Or if she's 11, 9, does she have to stay indoors and eat all day until she gets back to 11, 11?
She's an intermittent faster. She ate yesterday like so much, and now she won't eat now for a couple of days. And I used to be like, oh my God, Lillian's not eating, and she just eats when she wants to eat. But that's how she keeps her little waist rocking. Does Layla walk like this?
Layla will strut and prance as to express.
She does the deer thing when she's running. Does she pop up and down?
Lisa, would you say she pops up and down when she's running?
Like a deer, you
I
know how deer.
don't think she does that so much. No, she's low to the ground and she's like a racehorse.
She's a
Off
rocket.
she goes. Zoom. It's almost like when she runs so hard, it's like hearing a horse gallop by when she's at full speed.
It's such an amazing thing to watch. So
They have good eyes. So sometimes when Lisa will get to the green belt before me, we walk in at one entrance and everybody meets. It's probably 150 to 200 yards down the green belt. So we come in on one part, we walk all the way down. Okay, then we walk home. In any event, so a couple times if I come late, they're already there. From we're however 150, 200 yards away. Layla can notice that I arrived and turns, and everybody's just laughing. She's on a dead sprint at her top speed. Zoom, runs by me and then runs back.
it's the best. So great to watch, and it's a great feeling because this fur child loves you.
Little lady Layla.
Little Layla. Little lady Layla.
Little lady Layla. Little lady Layla.
Little lady Layla. A good song. There's a good song for you.
So she's going to want to I'm sure she's going to want attention today, because since she demands it at all times.
Lillian goes like this. If I move my arm, she'll go.
Right.
So that she's
Right.
back in bed.
They make their demands well known.
She's way back in bed because there's a ray of sun that's right on her little heart right there. Boom. She's good. Well, my friend, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day today and a great night tonight. And
thank you, and you do the same. Happy Passover to all of those observing and celebrating. And next year in Jerusalem, as we say, as that's what they say at the end of the
next year.
You always say next year in Jerusalem is it's the promised land.
And
that'd be good. Somebody ought to write a song about the promised land. Maybe rock and roll song, a couple of them maybe.
The song, yes, the song. Lisa's ready for the song. Lisa will write the song.
Oh yeah, she quickly usually. We eventually will dominate all media between the two Saturday 11/11s.
Hey, why not?
Yes, we will. Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go walk her, and then I get to go sing a song. Sing a song, it'll make a day.
So we're supposed to be watching on the 11th. You said the 2:00 hour.
Central Park West. Yeah. We start at 2. We're meeting up at 2. Oh, your cousin's Seder, Central Park West. Nice, Gary.
Oh,
Layla
good.
is named after the Clapton song. Of course she is, but
Yes,
she can also have her
is.
own other song.
She definitely is named after.
Little Layla girl. Oh, that one's done too.
That was because Bertha was rejected by one member of the family.
You were gonna name her Bertha?
No. No. We were not. But there was also Rosie, that one wasn't going to fly. Went down the Bruce list. That wasn't going to do it. So Layla it is.
Layla.
Happily. Okay, team. Everybody have a good Saturday.
Oh, team. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Layla. You know, a lot of dogs like my first record, Under the Influence. It's a very calming record. Just saying, dogs and babies love that record.
Poetry and Under the Influence. Okay.
Check it out.
We will.
All right. Thanks, man. Jeff,
See ya.
Metzger, everyone, Lisa and Layla. Until tonight. With Gary Lambert. Bye. All right, kids. I know. Simmer down. Simmer down. Simmer down. Such a wild crowd. Okay. There are 11 of you here. Thank you very much for being here. Come back tonight. We'll be hanging out with Gary Lambert. He's got some really fun stuff to talk about. I will be back sometime. It won't be at 2. It might be at 3, but it will be here on Facebook Live with Carl recording. Carl Hess of Fusion. Fun thoughts, funnier words, and a fit heart. Huge hug. Huge hug. Layla girl, I gotta go see my Lily and Pearl. Layla girl, because we're hanging out on Thanksgiving love right now. Have a great day, everybody. Stay healthy, stay safe, be nice, and love hard. Mama Grace, see you in a little bit. Real hard.